our second person from Iowa, Iowa City, Iowa, with 32 tickets is Chris Vickroy.
Do this for me. What do we have? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you in Auburn! Let's go,
Good job, everyone!
Okay. 1.25 miles. And I just passed Sally McRae like a half mile in. So I had to talk to her for a bit. Can you see this big hill? Holy cow. .6 miles. My lungs are burning. Wonderful. I gotta get back in the trail here. You can hear high camp way up there. We're still like a mile or so away. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's pretty cool. See, Lake Tahoe. Sunrise. Hit me. My lungs are burning. We're almost to high camp. Almost to high camp. Look at that crowd. And sunrise. Here we go. All right, high camp. Let's run. Like mile 4.5. This was all under snow last year for like 12 miles. Look how dense this forest is. And how rocky. And holy crap. So I stopped at high camp, saw the sunrise. Definitely stop and enjoy the moment. Biggest thing you can do after climbing 3.5 miles. Holy cow, that was awesome. Huge crowd. Beautiful sunrise. Okay, just over mile 6. It's been super technical. There's some runnable sections for maybe like a quarter mile, and then you're just hopping rocks. Lots of water. Small streams, definitely get your feet soaked. A lot of wildflowers. And it's just kind of this rolling hills. Almost all runnable as long as you don't trip. Let's see, I'm wearing my Saucony Exodus Ultra 2s for the comfort. And there's some spots like coming up to high camp where it was really hard to get traction. But on these kind of flowing technical trails, they're doing pretty good. There's like these little water streams. They're just kind of peppered throughout the trail. And you got these little overgrown bushes, fire damage. And me, holy cow, I can't wait to get down in elevation. 8,000 feet is taking a toll on my lungs. I live at 700 feet. Okay. Back to trying to catch that group up there. Oh wait, no, I don't care. It's me versus the course, me versus the clock. I really don't care who passes me. I'm just here to enjoy the run and try and go sub 24. We'll see what happens. Like I was saying, just going right up a stream. Could be worse. This could be all snow. Oh, now my feet are wet. Almost mile 8. Snow. More snow. Been on a runnable section for like the last half mile. Oh, it's so nice to be able to like run and not trip. Right now I'm running 9-minute pace, which is really fast. When I was coming up to high camp, I was averaging 15 to 18-minute pace because it was just all hiking. Within a mile or two, after getting past that, I dropped all the way down to 14 something. Now I'm down to 13:24 for a pace. That's all in the first 8 miles. Knocked off like 2 minutes in over 4 miles. So no reason to go too hard right now. I got, what, 92 miles to go. So I'm gonna really run it at the end. So I gotta save something for the end. See how runnable this is? Nice jog. This is fun. There's a point where you want a break from running. But right now, this is comfy. Nice pace. Almost a mile 10. I think I've been running for like 2 or so miles non-stop. And I've been following this pack pretty much since high camp. I just did a nice steady pace. Gotta show you the scenery though. And me. I'm watching for the rocks. And pretty cool. Almost to the first aid station, which is around mile 10. So I've been trying to drink some water, game planning what to do at the aid station. I'm carrying a third flask for later in case it gets really hot. The damn thing's been rattling in my bag the whole time. So I definitely got to fix that. Hey, water crossing. Ooh. See, this sucks. It's not deep, but you don't want to get your feet soaked and full of mud. Then slip on some rocks. That was not bad. Oh, there's a pink flag. So I see a pink flag, you're going right. Oh, so fun story. So we're like mile 4. Like 4 or 5 people come flying down from above on the hill. I'm like, oh, maybe they're going to the bathroom. I made a wrong turn. not just a wrong turn. They went way up in the mountain. And they come barreling down. Always look for the flags. Okay, climbing up this really loose rock hill out of the first aid station, Lion something. Yeah, it's hard to get traction on this. The rocks just keep sliding out from under me. That's what we're talking about. But I just noticed this view. Pretty cool. This is the Western States 100. Hey, more snow. Oh, 12 and a half. Trail. That's Sally. You can always spot her by her yellow hat. Sally and I ran at the beginning up the mountain together. I got to talk to her for a bit. I was like, when is she gonna pass me? Oh, we were talking earlier.
Oh, yeah, we were on the climb earlier.
Yeah, that was killing me.
Yeah.
The key word is Iowa. I live at 700 feet. This is 8,000 feet.
Yeah. How you feeling?
My lungs hurt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm good. It's my breathing that's.
Strong.
Yeah. It's my breathing that's getting me.
You know, it might be a little dust too, but you know, it's always a good idea to be conservative the first 30, so.
I've been trying to make sure I stay in that. Does this feel like a jog?
Yeah, and the thin air kind of keeps you there, right?
Yeah.
So in a way, it's kind of a good thing, but.
I'm definitely slowing down a bit. Trying to stay in my zone that I want to, my goals.
We still have so much ways there.
I know.
Right?
This is my 11th 100 miler.
Oh.
I'm hoping to do Tahoe 200, so I'll be rewatching all your videos.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful course.
We'll find out next Wednesday with the lottery results.
Oh,
It'd be my first 200.
yeah, that's a good one for first.
Yeah, this,
I reckon that one or Cocoa Donut.
okay. Coming up on mile 20, and aid station's still like 5 or 6 miles away, and I just realized my right water bottle has a leak. I kind of always thought I had a leak because my chest was always wet, but now I think it's just complete seam blue on it, which sucks because it's a brand new bottle. Dear Solomon, I need a warranty, but I just got to run 3 or 4 miles with Sally. Sally's awesome, and there's shit still right in front of me, and so is a big group of people. I'm trying not to run with her. I'm trying to run my own race, but she's running at such a great pace. Except I'm gonna pay for it later, so I'm trying to back it off. Want to see cool views? And this way, and this way, and me. See that chain gang up there? I was running with them for last like 10 miles and I realized I'm on pace for a 20-hour finish. Okay, that's just stupid. My fastest time, people ask us, my fastest time is 19 hours and some change, Javelina. Second fastest, 21 hours. Can't remember where that was at. Just drew a blank. And I did 20, just under 20, yeah, 21 hours was at Kettle. That was a couple years ago. And I did 22 hours and some change somewhere else. And then I jump all the way up into like 26 and 28, 34. Just depends on the course. Oh, look, I started somewhere way back there. Maybe over there. So this is actually training day for UTMB. I'm racing it, and yeah, I'm taking it seriously. But I have 2 months to recover. Let's see here. Almost mile 27. And when we last left off, I tripped over a rock. Then my bottle gave out. So at Duncan Canyon aid station, last one, third one, they said, there's this. Yay. And I'm not even gonna bother trying to keep dry. Here we go. Oh god, that feels good. You know what? Let's do a little of this. Get that so wet. Alright. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Okay, I'm really off. Let's see, I tripped over a rock. Got to the aid station. I think it was Duncan Canyon. It was super nice. I didn't take my vest off. Got my backup flask out. Swapped the lids. Threw the filter flask back in with the hole in it now. And told me there was a creek coming up. I should have probably dunked more in my arms in it. And there, I gotta run for 2 seconds. Before we start climbing again. So what she said was it's about 2 miles to the creek stream, and then 4-mile climb. She wasn't kidding. And we're in our first canyon. Ooh, look, water. Okay, bit of a climb, nothing new. I'm like been assessing how I feel for the last, like, I don't know, every mile for 28 miles. I've been thinking about how I feel. I was cruising when I got to Duncan Canyon, and they got me all situated with a new bottle. I've just been hard to get going again. We're also in the first canyon. It's probably in the 80s. It's notorious for being in the 90s, 100s. But man, like when that sun hits you, it feels like 100. So I've been dipping my arm sleeves in water or throwing water on them at the creek crossings. I got this little Sahara attachment thing. I take it off, throw it in the creek, throw it back on so I have water on my neck. And that's helping. I can feel my arms being cooler. So I think it's worth it. But I just feel crappy right now. Like I feel hungry, but I don't want to eat. I'm thirsty and I've been trying to drink, but I still have 2.5 miles to go to the aid station. I guess I can start chugging more. I always feel like I have to ration my water for the first half to the next aid station. When it gets closer, then I start drinking more. That's one thing I gotta improve on. How to drink more consistently between aid stations. But anyways, so look, hey, rocks. Probably my favorite thing to run on. This trek up this mountain has been brutal. It's just so hot. And it hasn't even, it's like 10 o'clock right now. It's not even like 3 o'clock hot. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be a cool year at Western States. Yeah, compared to normal, but it's still friggin' hot. And it's dry. So that's the crazy thing. I have chapstick, I'm putting it on like every half hour, every hour. But I do like my Sahara little attachment thing. It was like $16 on Amazon. My arm sleeves are like $10 on Amazon. I mean, you don't need anything high end. All you need is something with keep the sun off your neck, put some water on your neck. Right. Thanks. Okay, over there is the famous Robinson Flat, mile 30. Holy crap, I'm tired. That hill kicked my ass. I feel dehydrated. I feel a little woozy. I feel tired. And I really just want to sit down. But I don't want to, except I'm going to, because shit's in my shoe. Okay, living Robinson Flat. Hiking up a big ass fire road. Ice in the sleeves. One more hill. Okay, so Robinson Flat, I had to stop, clean my shoes. I don't know if I got everything. Like, there's just so much dust on my feet, and my shoes, my socks, my legs, everywhere. And I had like half a can of ginger ale to help my tummy, maybe give me a little burst. I had grapes, watermelon, and they hosed me off on my arms, and my hood, and my hat, my legs, and then put ice down my sleeves, and I stretched my quads. But while I was putting my shoes back on, and every other muscle in my body that I hadn't really been using is cramping up. I'm feeling okay right now. Okay, so Robinson Flat to the next aid station. I had 3 miles on the dirt road. It was super dusty, but it was so rideable. You just get in a groove. I ran probably 3 miles. It was just kind of rollers. I was doing like 8-9 minute pace. Really picked up a lot of time. And we're heading to the next aid station. We just got back on kind of a trail. And next aid station is like 4 miles, and the one after that's like 5 miles. They kind of start getting a little closer for a while. There's one that's only 2 miles apart, which is crazy. But good news, all that ice in my sleeves, stopping for ginger ale, having something fun to drink, that helped. I need to meet some more real calories. That's where I'm like kind of lacking. But I feel so much better. I was able to run 3 miles, and the cramping in my legs went away. My hamstrings still kind of but I just had to stretch out the legs. I think it was just all that climbing. Just 4 miles got to me. I can't replicate 4 miles of climbing in Iowa and 4 miles on a treadmill. That's like an hour and a half or something. That's kind of boring, but I think for UTMB I'm gonna have to suck it up and start doing 2-hour treadmill climbs or something like that, because those climbs are gonna be harder than these. Hey, look, there's the lake again. Can you see it? Shit, we came from way over there on the other side of that lake. I'm at mile 33 and a half. I'm averaging just under 13 minutes a mile. I really backed it off on purpose from 12 minutes down to 13, and I think that's really helping. And then I can make that up at the end. I pride myself on having a good kick. Marathons, it's just pretty much solid pace, all out, all the way to the end. 100 milers, I kind of try and turn on to last 10, maybe 20 miles, depending on the course. So, yeah, coming through no hands, that's gonna be a hoot. But right now, it is. I've been out here for 7 hours. So, bad math, but that's like noon. I'm so glad they sprayed me down. But I keep getting debris in my freaking shoes. It's killing me. I'm afraid it's gonna cause a blister. Okay, enough yapping. Gotta go. Okay, coming up to mile 38, which would be like the 5th aid station. And I'm 12 miles away from my job bag. Boy, I could really use some clean socks and fresh pair of shoes. And we've just been running down Fire Trail since basically Robinson Flat. And there's been a couple ups, but for the most part it's just downhill, which is great because I'm making a bunch of time. But man, it's like beating the quads up. It's just a nice steady downhill. There's no recovery spots, no uphills. So, but it's runnable, and that's nice. You're not tripping over rocks, that's nice. There's a guy in front of me. He passed me earlier, about 20 minutes ago. I've been chasing a couple other people. But I feel much better. I have been getting ice cubes in me and on my sleeves. They dunked my hat and my cover. And yeah, I just need to figure out how to eat some real food. It's like lunchtime. I have a quesadilla in my pocket. Better than tater tots. Well, the tater tots sound kind of good right now. That's for you, Ryan. And a little view behind me. And if somebody gets in front of you, though, there's dust all over the place, right in your face. It's so dry out here. Okay. Getting closer to mile 41. Running a ridge line. It's runnable. I'm just tired. It's hot. Okay, this one's a little walkable. There's the view along the ridge line here. And some old fire damage. Oh man. Now I'm hot. I had ice in my sleeves and they just finally melted out. And I wish there was a stream crossing to keep dunking my hat in. That seems to really help. It's like all about keeping your body temperature down, I guess. I've been on a fruit and liquid diet for the most part. It's like strawberries, cantaloupe, watermelon, lots of grapes, and some goos. And I forgot they had this liquid goo thing. It's like water, but with calories. I thought it was like the gooey, sticky ones. I need to pick those up at the next station. Yeah, there's like hardly any shade out here. You get like a little spot of shade like this, and then bam, the sun hits you, and you're hot. And occasionally a gust of wind will hit you. Yeah, but pretty cool views. I think I said it a couple times, but they're so cool. Hope it's recording because look at that waterfall down there. You can hear it all the way up here. I think the American River is down there. Not sure, but I can hear some white water. Okay, the heat's getting to me. I'm slowing down. I don't feel horrible like at canyons, but I got ice in my sleeves. I just came out of Last Chance, 2 miles down. I think we do some river crossing, and then it's like 2 or 3 miles straight up a friggin' hill, mountain, something. If I can keep my body temperature down, I'll be okay. But I gotta get through this heat. I mean, as much sauna training as I did and just the hot weather recently, still doesn't prepare you. Because you don't go out and run for 9 hours in the heat. You don't sit in a sauna for 9 hours. But I feel like I'm doing better than I did at canyons. I just gotta get some calories down and stay hydrated. Anywho, 2 miles downhill, going that way. Okay, this is the descent coming out of Last Chance. I saw this on Unbreakable. This is where Killian jumped over everybody and started bombing down the hill. If you've never seen Unbreakable, great Western States movie. But watch this. I just gotta pay attention, so I'm not gonna talk. And here's the bridge where we can cool off. I gotta go. Got a bridge crossing, cool water. There we go. And some volunteers way over here.
Great job.
Yeah, it's not even done yet. We just started at the bottom. and we're climbing up, and it's relentless. It's never gonna end. It's so fucking hot. It feels like somebody hits you with a hairdryer when the wind blows. Yeah. I hope this is the hardest section left. Okay. Almost mile 54. We got about 1.5 miles to 2 miles out of this last canyon. I'm so tired. I can't speak. Those hikes out of the canyon like this one are so hard. And you're just caking in the sun. Luckily we're kind of shaded this time. But oh my god, it's like an oven. I mean, it may only been 80, 85, 90. Felt like 100 and some. And then you get to the aid station. It's like huge descents to the aid station. And then huge climbs out. Tired. Been battling side stitches, like my abs are cramped up. And my quads are sore from all these steep descents. And I'm just trying to stay cool. It's like almost 5 right now. So the sun's going down. Pretty soon it'll be behind the mountains. And yeah, so I'm on my way to Michigan Bluff. Mile like 55-ish. And I have a drop bag there. I need some new shoes. I need new socks. I need to see if I have a blister on my heel from debris. And yeah. Did I mention I'm tired? This course is not easy. It's like a net loss or whatever it is. That's so deceiving. It's a ass whooping is what it is. It's hot. If the climbs weren't so steep and the descents weren't so steep, it wouldn't be so bad. But man, you just fly down that mountain and you're trying to fight the descent to save your quads, which actually makes it kind of almost worse. Okay, I'm maybe a 1/4 mile from Michigan Bluff. Bag drop, mile 50, almost 56. And we're almost out of the last canyon. And look how much burn devastation there is. But this climb was definitely the easiest of the 3, but it's so hard. So new shoes, socks, shirt, grab my headlamp, and get ready for nighttime. These climbs will zap you. Make sure you come prepared to dip stuff in water. Stay cool during when you see a stream or creek or something. Oh, can't wait to get out of this hot canyon. We were in the shade most of the time and it's still hard. We'd be in the shade if it wasn't for the fire. Only you can prevent forest fires. See that? That's Forest Hill. See that? That's a highway. See that? Those are people cheering for me. Thanks, guys. And see that up there? That means I might see my girlfriend. And I'm getting excited. I feel like I got a second wind now. I was in crap condition at the aid station. I had to sit and get a blister taken care of. They had to give me to eat food. I was trying to eat anything I could. And all of a sudden I got a little pep in my step. Thank you, Michigan Bluff aid station. They didn't want me to leave, but I was actually feeling pretty good. Just had to get moving. So, hey. Anyways, feeling better. I just gotta get down this road. So I think it's all downhill to the aid station, and then get a little pep talk, a little hug, kick in the ass. Try and eat some food. I'm gonna go freaking caffeine early today. Get a little coffee or a Coke. That's it. Not coffee. I hate coffee. Get a little Coke. Woo! Big bump. All right. Let's go have some fun now. I'm 30 minutes under 24-hour pace. I'm running 14:04, and I'm currently at 10-minute pace.
Nice job.
Hey, thanks, guys. So, despite spending about 20-30 minutes at the aid station, I mean, it paid off. I couldn't have made it to finish with that blister. It was huge. It was on the back of my heel. But I just gotta hydrate, get my crap together, and I can maybe make a run at sub 24. I'd like to come in about 20 minutes under so I don't have to stress it. Alright, gotta go. Okay, I'm a few miles from Forest Hill. I gotta see my girlfriend. That always cheers me up and gets me going. I started running really well at the end there, like right into Forest Hill. And I got some eats, some foods. And I started hitting some coke. Saw a guy who just moved to Iowa, and he actually runs in the Thursday group that I run in. So met a guy from Iowa, and he lives not too far from me. He was working the aid station at Forest Hill. Small world. Didn't catch his name, but I'm sure we'll run some trails together when I get back. So right now I'm sitting about 23:30-ish for a finish time. So I'm at 30 minutes under 24 hours. That's right now I have a 14:02 pace. If I can get it down into the 13 over the next couple, like 10 miles, I should be able to lock in on sub 24. But I'm gonna need to run a lot of the trail. Hey, excuse me, thanks. Hope I'm going the right way. No bib. He's just out looking for runners. Alright, back at it. I'll probably tune in one more time before it gets dark. I don't know how well this will do in the dark because I've never made a video in the dark before. Alright, I gotta run. Gotta go. Literally, I gotta run. So, about mile 65 and a half. Look at that big old river. I've ran along this American river before. And at night, all you hear is that howling of the white water. Okay, so let me jump in and tell you what happened during the night. So after Forest Hill, there was an aid station about 5 miles after that. And I go, hey, how long is it till it gets dark? And she's like, basically soon. And so do you want me to take your stuff out or get your headlamp for you? And the coolest thing about Western States is when you walk into an aid station, one volunteer is dedicated to you from the time you get there to the time you leave. So this gal, super nice, she grabs my headlamp out, my buff that I always wear underneath my headlamp. She grabbed this little waist light, and I think that was it. And then I got all geared up for the night, and she put my hat in the bag and a couple other things, and got me all situated. And I grabbed some real food. I grabbed some of those little small potatoes, I think they're called like new potatoes. Turns out if you take those with some water, it's like mashed potatoes. And once I figured out that I can eat potatoes with some water, I was able to overcome that lack of physical calories instead of just liquid calories and fruit calories. And I still got some fruit. But once I started eating real solid foods and even a little bite of quesadillas, just anything I could get, I was feeling so good. So I got going and I ran to the next aid station, which is about mile 75 or something. Now here's the funny thing. I come into that aid station and in the dark with a headlamp on, I hear this female voice yell, "Hey, it's Sally." Of all the people that I didn't think I'd ever see again, there's Sally. She pulls off to the side with her pacer, and she starts giving me a little pep talk, cheering me on, words of encouragement, and I'm all excited. And she gave me this nice kick in the butt that I needed, and you know, it's just made me feel great. And I get to the aid station, I grab some stuff, she says bye, I take off, but before I leave, I turn around, I'm like, why am I passing Sally? And I hear her say, I haven't had real food or any calories for 9 hours or something like that. She was struggling hardcore, but she finished. She's a beast. She's awesome. She's my hero. But what was great was that she took the time to give me encouragement, even though she wasn't doing too hot. And I mean, she's just amazing. I couldn't thank her enough for all the help she gave me, the pep talk, the encouragement, the advice. So yeah, she's awesome. And anyways, so I get out of that aid station. So remember, everything's about 5 miles apart. So the next aid station is Rucky Chucky, which is the American River crossing. In the dark, I get to the aid station. Huge advice here for you. Don't be dumb like me. So I get to the aid station. I said, is there food on the other side? And they say, nope. And they said, there's a bag drop over there, but no crew, no food, just your bag. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm thinking there's other volunteers. There's one lady, there's towels to dry your feet off, there's your bag, you grab what you need, you throw it in the to-go pile, and you're done. And you're basically on your own on the other side. So they said, grab what you need here, because otherwise you have to go about 2 or so miles up this big climb, 3 miles up this big climb after Rucky Chucky. I'm like, all right, that's no big deal. So I grabbed some red vines, I think an Oreo, a quesadilla, and tater tots. So the aid station that I saw Sally at, they had tater tots too. This one had tater tots. I made a joke earlier in the video that I was craving tater tots, and they had tater tots. I was so excited. Tater tots, with like any other potato, with water, is like a mashed potato, easy to eat. Lots of calories. Potatoes are always great for an ultra runner. I'm happy as can be. I have calories. I have something I was craving. I'm excited. I'm like, we're going to gun through these last 10, 20 miles. This is going to be so much fun. So I stuffed my pocket. And right before I throw the tater tots in my pocket, Napoleon Dynamite style, I said, no, I'm going to eat these. And I'm so glad I did. Because if you remember, we're crossing a river with food in my pocket. Don't be dumb. I put all the food in my pocket. When I got to the other side, I changed my shoes, changed my socks. And that took forever because the water's like 50, 55 degrees and your legs kind of are numb and your hands are fine for the most part, but it's just really hard to get your shoes and socks on when your feet are numb. So I get up the mountain, I reach in my pocket to grab some food because I'm really trying to eat more, and it's just mush. It's disintegrated. It's all in one big ball of chocolate covered Twizzler nothingness. And I had to throw it all out into the forest, empty my pockets, shake them out, let the pocket dry. I had no food, no real food, no calorie foods to get up the mountain until I got to the next aid station. Don't do that. That was just oh man, that was what a dumb mistake. I don't know if you can see it, but down there is Rucky Chucky. I just walked across the American River.
It's up the mountain after some of it's runnable, especially as you get closer to the top. But for the most part, you're basically power hiking 17-minute pace, 15-minute pace, all the way up the hill. And then you get to the next aid station. That's about 85. And then I got refilled my food. And then I got to 90. And my goal was at 90 to make sure I top off all my bottles. And then I wouldn't have to stop at mile 95. And when I didn't have to stop at mile 95 because I knew I had one full flask of water still, then I could blow through that, save at least 5 minutes, and then just hammer it all the way home. Because from mile 5, you're kind of going downhill for the most part until you get to No Hands. Then it's kind of flat until the very end, which at the very end from No Hands up to Robbie Point, which is about a mile from the finish, there's a really steep kind of rocky climb. So you can kind of run, walk, and power hike from like Robbie Point or from No Hands up to Robbie Point. But at the end, you're kind of just power hiking hardcore. And then you get to the top, huge crowd, lots of volunteers, and that's where you can see friends, family, some fans, and then you run the streets to the finish line. When I got to the streets, there was nobody there. There wasn't even a volunteer to tell us where to turn. And I saw one flag on the side of the street, so I kind of knew I was going straight, but I never knew when to turn left, which is the only negative thing I have to say about the race. I was just running straight until somebody said turn. Finally got to this T intersection. I looked to my left and I see a cop and a volunteer, and I'm like, that must be the high school. So I run down the hill, go onto the track, and we shall see how this ends.
Yeah,
It'll be pretty exciting later on, not gonna lie.
they sounded the horn. They sounded the horn 20 minutes
Sprinting down the back stretch is Chris Fickroy.
Chucky.
This is Chris's first Western States 100 after 7 years of trying to get in.
Ooh.
He's done Eastern States, Rocky Raccoon, Bighorn, a couple of times, Javelina, Cruel Jewel, Kettle Moraine, and on and on. He's going to do UTMB later this year. He works in IT. helps create and manage websites for a London-based company, and was a volunteer firefighter. Thanks to his crew and partner Christina, and hey to his son Hayden. Chris Bickroy from Iowa City, Iowa. And following Chris, crew and partner Christina, and hey to his son Hayden. Chris Bickroy from Iowa City, Iowa. And following Chris from Sweden,